Hello everyone, welcome to SFC Markets and Finance. This week has been way too busy for Guangzhou. Within these few days, 3 international conferences are taking place in the key hub city of the Greater Bay Area. The 2023 Understanding China Conference, the 2023 Imperial Springs International Forum, and the 5th World Media Summit. The events bring together politicians, officials, experts, foreign diplomats and representatives of international organizations, and international journalists to the capital city of Guangdong. These high-level international conferences might not share the themes, but there are 3 key words that link them together. The first is modernization. China's path to modernization is highlighted and held across the conferences. The country's pursuit of shared prosperity through a Chinese path to modernization provides a valuable reference to the world.
The Western argument had always been that there was only one form of modernity, and that was Western modernity. Of course, this is completely wrong. And one of the differences is that whereas Western modernity was a block of the development of other countries, its colonies and so on, Chinese modernity is open to the world.
And China has assumed a leading role in global innovation process. Now, technology obviously is a key to solutions of many problems of humankind, and innovation creates new opportunities, but it also creates new needs.
That China is making progress by leaps and bounds in its technological capabilities. And not only that, but it is becoming competitive in the most modern electronic means of communication and of artificial intelligence advances.
The second is cooperation. Geopolitical tensions, slow global trade, growing impact of climate change. Bilateral and multilateral cooperation is needed to resolve these global challenges more than ever.
And this world will not have a situation where we have less globalization, or we will have a world with more globalization. And that is the only answer to de-risking or non-risking.
And among all the countries, the relationship between China and the United States is the most important bilateral relationship for the peace and prosperity of the world. The US-China cooperation at different levels is what all guests are calling for.
Don't pay attention to the friction. These 2 countries have to get along. And even if there's the planes run into each other, if the planes run into each other, the global economy will fall apart. The capital and credit markets will stop operating.
And I want China and the United States to build more bridges to get along better. But we can build small bridges in many ways by studying things together, by exchanging students and professors and learning about each other. That's where I try to help.
When people can make money together, and when I can work with you and I can work with you and you make me successful and I make you successful, that's when you really build relationships that matter. So we need to have a lot more people-to-people exchanges, and we need to do that at every level.
The third key word is the Greater Bay Area, where all these conferences are taking place. The reason why global attention is often drawn to this area is pretty obvious. Guangdong's GDP in 2022 is 1.92 trillion US dollars, ranking first in China for 34 consecutive years, demonstrating strong resilience, great potential, and vibrant vitality. Additionally, Guangdong province is a pacesetter of the country's reform and opening up. For decades, it has delivered tremendous wealth and set an example of Chinese modernization. Now, together with Hong Kong and Macau, Guangdong province is building a world-class Bay Area and a world-class city cluster.
I think it's been one of the most successful areas in China. And a lot of global companies have some R&D here, and they're also doing some manufacturing and other things. I think it has a bright future.
Really, I was in Shenzhen just before coming to Imperial Springs, and it is very interesting to see how ambitious the plans of development of Greater Bay Area are, and they include important further development of services. all kinds of services, not only the fundamental transport services, banking, and these sort of things, but also such area as legal services.
But generally what I see is it's a good development happening, it's a good promotion happening.
I think for me really is the tech. This is where everything is happening now. The opportunity to see how technology is developing and developing very fast, and tech for almost everything. I mean, whatever you think about, you can always find some latest technology around here.
It's evident that the area's significance goes beyond economic prowess. The bustling international conferences send a clear message to the world that Guangdong is not merely a stage for economic achievements, but also a platform for fostering international cooperation and understanding. That's all for this episode of SFC Markets and Finance. We'll see you next time.